Hello, welcome to this video. I'm your tutor PVS and you'll be looking at this is 2020 GCE biology questions. So I'm going to pick certain questions that I'm going to answer with you. We begin. Figure 4.0 shows the external parts of the human eye. So this is the structure of an eye. You can see it. It has got M, N, and O. Name the parts labeled M and N. The part labeled M, we call it the pupil, right? The pupil. Or the part labeled N, we call it the cornea, known as the cornea. Explain how N, which one N? N, which is the cornea, is adapted to its function. Now you need to know something about the cornea. The cornea is a transparent section of the sclera. It's found in front of the eye. The one which is like white. It does most of the refraction of right now. How is it adapted to its function? What allows it to function properly? That's what we need to look at. So like I said, this is transparent, so it's transparent. Its transparency enables it to undergo refraction. Alright, so light rays are reflected, and this enables the formation of what we call inverted objects or images. So this is actually transparent. That's one of its characteristics. It's transparent. Describe the role played by M and O when a person moves to a room with dim light. So when you talk of dim light, you're talking of when light is actually low. So now, what happens to the pupil? Now also what happens to O? Now in this case, the O that we're talking about, it's the same, the iris. All right, it's the iris. That's what we're talking about. Now, what happens when you are in a room which has got low light? So when you are in a room which has got low light, the pupil becomes big. Remember, you are trying to see, so the pupil becomes bigger, or we can say it becomes dilated, or it becomes wider to allow much light to enter. You understand? Now, what does that has to do with the O? So here we are saying M dilates. This dilates or becomes wider. Now what happens to M? Sorry, O. O has got muscles, the sacral muscles and the lateral muscles. So in this case, the lateral muscles, let me just draw a structure for you so that you can know it. We have muscles which are like round, these are called circular. And let me call this one the pupil. Now the pupil is surrounded by these muscles. The ones that are looking like sticks, these are what we call radial muscles. These are radial. While these that are round, we call them sacral muscles. Now what happens? The radial muscles contract. The radial muscles of O, what do? They contract. Wow. The sacral muscles relax. They relax. Explain the causes of short blindness. What causes short blindness in human beings? Can we know about that? Let's go. So what causes it, and how can it be corrected? So for short blindness, what you need to know about short-sightedness is someone is able to see things that are near them, but they can't see things that are far from them. Hence, objects that are far from them, they look blurred. Now, what causes this? This is as a result of because the light which is coming in front of the eye is being reflected in front of the retina. We know that the retina is a part of the eye where images are formed. Now, what happens when someone is only able to see things that are near? The images are brought into focus before the retina. All right. So, because causes is caused by light is brought before the retina or in front of the retina. It's okay. Or in front of the retina. In front of the retina. Now, this, what does that? This is further caused by abnormal eyeball or permanent thick lens. When the lens is too thick, we know that the lens uses a convex lens like this. So let me just do this. So as light is coming, pardon me, the drawings. So as light is coming, it bends at some point like that. When as light is coming, it bends. So the retina is here. This is what the retina is. Now light is brought in front. You can see that light is in front of the retina. Why? Because the lens is too thick or the eyeball is abnormal in size. Now, how can you correct this? You can correct this by using a concave lens. By using a concave lens. That's how you can correct it. There's also what we call long-sightedness, also known as hypermetropair, which is caused like when someone is only able to see distant objects, but they can't see objects that are near. It's caused by abnormal short. This one is abnormal, supposed to be abnormal long eyeball, sorry. Then while the other one, which is long-sighted, is caused by abnormal short eyeball and thin lens. Once that happens, it causes the stiffening of the lens as light is entering the eye. Let's look at another question. This is a plant cell. You've been told it's a plant cell like you. As I name the parts labeled A, B, and C. What is A? A, you can see that that's a vacuole. Okay, spellings are very important. What is B? B is a nucleus. What is C? When you look closely, C is inside, that's the cell membrane. Name the organ in the plant in which figure 1.0 is found. Give the reason for answer. Now, a plant has a lot of organs, such as leaves, roots, stems. Now, where can you find this? You can find it in a leaf. Why? It contains chlorophyll, chloroplast. Contains much higher concentration of chlorophyll. Another reason is that this is a parasite cell, or it's a parasite cell, and it is usually found on the leaves. Describe 2 adaptations of the cell in figure 1.0 which enable it to carry out its function. Now this is a parasite cell, and mainly it is involved in photosynthesis. Adaptation 1 is that it's rectangular shaped. Alright? Rectangular shaped. This increases the surface area for photosynthesis. Another adaptation is it contains chloroplast. Explain what would happen to the cell in figure 1.0 if it was placed in a test tube containing distilled water. Now, what type of solution is a distilled water? Distilled water is an isotonic solution. Since it is an isotonic solution, that means if we put a cell in this, and this is a solution, the rate of movement of water to the cell and that like that, it's equal. What happens? What happens? No change. No change is seen, or no change happens. So that's how you must go straight to the point whenever you're answering biology questions. Don't hit around the bush, just go straight to the point, because this is your life. Take care. Previous the tutor. This tutor loves you, and enjoy.